Yo, listen up. This ain't just some regular breakup story. This one cuts deep like a razor, and it got money and family all mixed up. So grab a seat, cause this gonna be real as hell. Me and Jay met back in college. He was this smooth talker with a charm that got every girl's head turning. But he saw me and treated me like queen, no cap. We were young, broke, and wild, but we had dreams big enough to fill the sky. We promised each other we'd make it out the hood, build something real solid, and get that bag together. At first, things was tight. We'd hustle side jobs, split rent, and save every penny. We was on that grind, making moves. Jay always talked about buying a crib one day, getting us out of the struggle. He was my ride or die, and I was his queen. No one could touch us. Then things started changing slowly. Jay got this new job at some corporate firm, and he started bringing home more money, more than I ever seen before. The money was good, man, really good, but it changed him, or maybe it just showed who he really was. At first, I was proud. I thought it was finally our ticket out, but soon he started acting different. He stopped checking in like he used to. He was always on his phone, texting and laughing. When I asked, he said it was work, but I knew something was off. And then Lisa, my sister, she got a job too, right around the same time. And suddenly, she was coming around the house more often, hanging with Jay at family dinners, at the store. Everything felt off. But I kept telling myself, maybe I'm overreacting. One day, I found out Jay bought Lisa an expensive designer bag, like some crazy price tag that I could never afford on my own. She never worked that much or even showed interest in designer stuff. But there it was, sitting on her bed, all flashy and new. I asked her about it, and she just smiled like it was nothing. I started getting suspicious, but I kept quiet. But the truth came out that night when I pulled up early from work and caught them in my own damn house, acting like they was the couple, while I was gone. Like, damn, how do you do that to your own blood? Like, to me, that was betrayal squared. Jay told me he was feeling trapped, like I didn't get him anymore. And Lisa was the escape. She said all the things I didn't say, all the things I didn't do. I felt like my world crashed. I was broke inside and out. Jay took the money he was making and was spending it all on Lisa, like he was trying to buy a new life with her. I checked our bank accounts, the savings we worked so hard for, gone, down the drain. I lost sleep, I lost trust, I lost myself. I was thinking, how could they both be so cold, so fake? I felt like I was living in a nightmare where your two most important people just tear you apart for a quick thrill. I was mad, hurt, angry, and confused all at once. But here's the thing. Money ain't everything. I learned that the hard way. You can have stacks of cash, but if your heart ain't right, you're broke inside. I decided I wasn't going to let them break me. I wasn't going to be the girl who got played and stayed down. I got a lawyer and started fighting for my part of the money, the stuff we bought together, the savings Jay tried to hide. I wasn't just going to give it away. Lisa even tried to get me to back off, said it wasn't worth the drama. But nah, I was done being quiet. My friends helped me too. They pushed me to move out, get my own place, start fresh. I got a job, I worked my ass off. I was grinding harder than ever before, not just to pay the bills, but to prove to myself I was more than their lies. It took time, but I started finding myself again. I found peace in my own hustle, and even though the pain is still there sometimes, it don't control me no more. I'm building my own empire, my own bag, and my own happiness without them. One day, I was at this cafe downtown, and Jay walked in with Lisa. They looked all happy, flaunting that fake love, but I just smiled and kept my head up, because I knew I was winning. I was free. Money can't buy loyalty, it can't buy love, and it sure as hell can't fix a broken heart. But it can give you power, if you know how to use it right. And that's what I'm doing now. So, if you ever feel like you lost everything because someone you loved chose someone else over you, just remember you got your own worth, your own power. Don't let anyone steal that from you. Keep hustling, keep grinding. Your story is just getting started. Before all that drama went down, I gotta tell you how Jay and I met, because that's important to know where this all started. We was both broke college kids just trying to make it through classes and life. Jay was this confident dude, always dressing sharp, But he kept it real with me from day one. He didn't front like he had it all together, 'cause honestly, neither of us did. I met him at this little coffee shop near campus. He spilled his drink on me right when I walked in. I laughed it off because I was used to stuff like that, but he apologized like crazy and bought me another coffee. We started talking about music, life, dreams, all that stuff, and I felt like finally someone got me. We weren't just talking. We were dreaming big together. We talked about making money legit and fast, hustling on the side so we could escape the struggle. We shared everything from broke days to payday celebrations. I thought Jay was my partner in crime no matter what. One summer, Jay landed a decent job at this startup company, and I got a part-time at a boutique. But we kept hustling on the side, too. We flipped sneakers, sold clothes online, anything to stack that paper. We had big plans of moving out the hood and buying a house for our future. Lisa, my sister, was there too. She was younger, but always smart about money. She had her own dreams, but she looked up to me and Jay, and sometimes I thought she was a little jealous, but I never paid it much mind. One night, we all went out to celebrate Jay's first real paycheck, and that's when I started seeing a little shift. Jay and Lisa started talking more than usual, and I caught Lisa laughing at his jokes in a way I ain't never seen before. That night, I brushed it off, because I wanted to believe in them. But things got weirder. Lisa started asking me weird questions about Jay, like what he liked, what he hated, stuff only someone close would know. I started getting this gut feeling like something was off, but I was still blind to it because I wanted to trust my people. Then the money started playing a bigger role. Jay's paycheck grew, he started dressing better, driving a nicer car, and spending money like he was ballin'. But some of that money wasn't going to me, or the life we planned. Instead, it was flowing to Lisa. Gifts, trips, dinners, fancy nights out. I wasn't dumb. I saw the signs. But I kept asking myself, maybe they just friends. Maybe I'm paranoid. Maybe I'm overthinking. One day, I asked Jay straight up why he was spending so much on Lisa. And he told me I didn't understand. That she made him feel alive again. That he was stuck in a life that wasn't his, and Lisa gave him freedom. I was crushed, like someone punched me in the chest. I couldn't believe my own sister was the reason Jay was acting like he didn't care about me no more. I confronted Lisa too, but she just smiled like she won. Won't lie, that broke me more than anything. 'Cause blood is supposed to have your back, not stab you deep and leave you bleeding. My friends tried to keep me grounded. They told me to watch out, to not lose myself in the pain. They reminded me how strong I am and how I deserve better. We had long talks late at night, with wine and tears, sometimes laughter too. Tina, my best friend, said, "Girl, you gotta stop crying over a dude who don't see your worth. Life's too short to waste on people who don't appreciate you. You got dreams bigger than this mess, and I ain't gonna let you forget that." Marcus, my cousin, told me, "Don't let that money blind you. Real love don't come with a price tag or receipts. If he wanted you, he wouldn't be shopping for your sister like she was a prize. You gotta put yourself first before anyone else." Their words stuck with me. I started taking care of me again, hitting the gym, getting fresh clothes, started saving my own money separate from Jay. I was reclaiming my power one step at a time. Then came the night I caught them red-handed. Jay and Lisa acting like lovers in my own home. The sight hit me like a bullet. I wanted to scream, to cry, to run away, but instead I stood there frozen, heart shattered on the floor. I called Jay that night and told him it's over. He said he was sorry, but sorry ain't enough when trust is broken and money is spent on lies. I packed my bags, moved out, and started fresh, with nothing but the clothes on my back and a heart ready to heal. Man, after I left that house, I felt like I was walking through a storm with no umbrella. The pain was heavy and the betrayal cut deep. But I knew I couldn't just sit and cry all day. No way. I had to fight back for what was mine, and more importantly, for my peace of mind. Jay had been stashing cash in secret accounts, stuff we saved together, stuff I didn't even know existed. I wasn't about to let him run off with everything like he won some kind of prize. I called up a lawyer, told her the whole story, and she said, "Girl, we gonna get you that money back, no cap."
Lawyer lady was fierce, real no nonsense. She started digging into Jay's accounts and business deals, found all the hidden cash and receipts of the fancy stuff he bought for Lisa, trips, dinners, designer bags, the whole 9 yards. I was shocked at how deep it went, but I stayed focused because this was my comeback story. The legal fight wasn't easy. It was like battling ghosts, because Jay and Lisa tried to cover their tracks, deny everything, say it was gifts from his side hustle, but the proof was clear. I had emails, texts, bank statements. It was all there. Court dates took weeks, and every time I stepped in that courtroom, I felt a little stronger. I wasn't just fighting for money, I was fighting for my dignity, my worth, and for every girl who ever got played by someone they trusted. At the same time, I was hustling hard to get my own money legit. I picked up shifts at the salon, started freelancing for a local brand. I even took a class on finance to learn how to manage my cash better. I was determined to build something real for myself, no matter what. Friends kept me lifted. Tina dragged me out to parties where I met new people and even got a little confidence back to date again. Marcus helped me start investing small and setting goals for my future. They were my rock when everything else felt shaky. I had days when the pain hit me hard and I'd cry alone in my room. But I reminded myself, every tear was fuel for my fire. I wasn't broken. I was rebuilding. One day, I got the settlement check from the court. It wasn't all the money Jay hid, but it was enough to start over. And believe me, I did not waste it. I put a down payment on a small apartment in a nicer neighborhood, something I could call mine, a fresh start. That money didn't just buy me a place, it bought me freedom. It bought me the chance to live life on my terms, to heal without looking back. I even started my own little business, selling handmade jewelry online. It wasn't much first, but it was mine. It was proof I could make it on my own. I was turning my pain into power. Every time Jay or Lisa crossed my mind, I told myself I was better off without that drama. That money and their betrayal couldn't hold me back anymore. I was moving forward, chasing bigger dreams than they ever could.